Good morning, children. A little strange, isn't it, that I'm sitting here on the church steps and you're at your homes. It's odd, actually, talking to no one but the iPhone. But here we are. And today I want to tell you a story and talk to you a little bit about a leaf and the life of a leaf. So what I'm going to tell you is inspired by the story called The Fall of Freddie the Leaf. Parents, you can look that up on Google. And I like the telling by Robert Rodriguez. I'm going to show you 4 pictures that I colored yesterday. Take a look at these. Number 1. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. And you've probably already guessed what the 4th picture is. There it is. I want you to know, children, that I actually, when I was coloring those yesterday, I was thinking and praying for each one of you, naming each one of you, and it was good to remember your faces and some of your personalities as I prayed for you. All right, the pictures. What did you see in these pictures? Well, you saw 4 trees. They were actually all the same tree, and the tree was in 4 different seasons, right? Well, imagine for a moment that you would be a leaf on one of those trees. What color would you want to be? Would you want to be the bright green or the red or the yellow? When you think about spring leaves, if you go out in spring, even some of these days, if you get to go out on some walks, take a look at some of the branches. And you may see on the branches small little bumps forming. And inside those little bumps called buds, there will come a leaf. And when the leaves start coming on the trees, it looks a little bit like this, right? Small little leaves, maybe a little lighter color green. And maybe if you were a leaf like this in the spring, you would notice the breezes blowing you around a little bit. You might see some people walking and looking and enjoying the first color of spring. But then as summer comes, things change. You as a leaf will have grown with all the other leaves on the trees, and each one of you would be a little bit different from the other. But as you've grown, you've made a nice canopy of shade. And so on hot summer days, people might come and rest under you. Maybe an older couple who would come and bring their lawn chairs and sit beneath your shade, or maybe some children would try and climb up the tree, or maybe a baby would rest on the blanket at the bottom of the tree. And the parents and other children would lean on your trunk and, well, eat ice cream, hopefully. And that would go on for all the summer, but the weather would change and things would get cooler, and you as a leaf would change color along with all the other leaves on the tree. Now this tree is a bit funny because it has all sorts of different colors of leaves. What color would you want to be if you were a fall or an autumn leaf? And as a leaf, you might think, boy, am I beautiful now, but you may also begin to wonder, well, what is coming? Because you may notice a few of your leaf friends are falling to the ground. And then, as winter arrives, things have changed completely. Almost all the leaves are on the ground. Just one last one on this tree is coming off. And you may wonder, what's happening? Well, what is happening? The leaves on the ground become dry and brittle, and eventually, as the snow melts, they get tramped into the ground, and they provide nourishment in the soil so the tree can grow leaves in the coming years. Just like a leaf on a tree, as it grows older, changes happen. And many of the changes we can't control, they just are. In the last couple of weeks, there have been lots of changes in all our lives. Many of you go to school normally, but now you're home from school, trying to do your schoolwork at home. And you're mostly stuck at home with your families, which might be a really good thing, or sometimes it might be a really hard thing as you get a little bit upset and feel a little bit squished in. You're listening to the children's story from church today on your computer or an iPad or an iPhone, and that's Quite an interesting change, isn't it? It's a little crazy. Well, today Pastor Jonathan's message is about people thousands of years ago who had experienced many changes in their lives. And they felt all dried and old, like they had died. They had no hope. But God gave the prophet Ezekiel an image, a vision. And the image was of a bunch of dry bones coming together to live again. And it gave Ezekiel great hope. So maybe you can Google with your parents this song, Dem Dry Bones, and sing it with your family. You might know it a little bit. You know, it goes, dem, bones, dry bones, dem, bones, dem. Take a look, see if you can find it. Have a little dance party. And now, before we go, I'd like to say a prayer. Let's pray. God, you are amazing. Thank you for trees and leaves. Thank you for their shade, their color, their wood, the delight they give us. Thank you for each child and the joy and hope they bring into our lives. Thank you for the vision that Ezekiel had of dry bones coming together to bring new life. And thank you for Jesus, that in him we know that life will always overcome hardship, sorrow, loneliness, and death. Amen. See you again soon, I hope. Take care, kids. Bye.